No, I'm pretty much Robert, I guess because I'm older. So, I'll take this out too. So, yes, Robert Bucks. I'm going to start here with a piece by Mendelssohn, and it's called May Breezes, which reminds me, so yesterday and the past week or so has been very, very cold, but now it almost feels like May outside, so it's an appropriate piece for now. Mendelssohn was born in 1809. He was a German composer. What was Germany at that time? It was, now it was Saxony back then. And Mendelssohn, it's like he wears his heart on his sleeve. His music is very honest. It's very direct. You'll see what I mean. It's a beautiful piece. Mendelssohn. Felix.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Felix Mendelssohn.
Thank you.
Did you hear the May Breezes and the accompaniment? Those are the May Breezes, I think. So now this is a work, it's called Gavotte, which is a Baroque dance. Not a Baroque dance, but a Baroque dance. And this is by Johann Sebastian Bach. But it's arranged from violin. It's originally for solo violin. It's arranged by Rachmaninoff for the piano. So some people like to call it Bachmaninoff because it's the two composers. So here it is. It's a lively and upbeat piece. The Gavotte from the third partita for solo violin, but arranged for piano by Rachmaninoff, Russian composer. Thank you. Now I'm going to play. Oh, yes, hello.
I always ask
What age when I learned? I sort of forgot, but maybe 3 or 4, long ago, when I was little. I'm going to play a piece by Paganini, or 2 pieces by Paganini, arranged for piano by Liszt. I've been doing this violin theme recently. This one is called La Chasse, which means the hunt, and it's called that because that's the sound of hunting horn calls.
What?
Hunting horn calls. They would use French horns in hunting, you know. I think they did it to know where the other hunters were, or maybe it attracted animals. I don't really know. I don't know much about hunting, but at any rate, this is the La Chasse, the Hunt by Paganini, originally for violin solo, and it's arranged for piano by Franz Liszt.
You're going to have to talk louder. We're hard of hearing.
Oh, okay, I will. you. I'll try to talk a little louder. So, this one. This next one is another Paganini arrangement, and it's called the Arpeggio, based on. Yeah. Now, when I learned it, I didn't know what this piece was about. I couldn't find an image for it. So I asked my wife, who's also a pianist, I said, what do you imagine when I play this? And I played this here before, maybe I told you this. And she said, I imagine our kitten, one of our cats, playing with one of his toys. It's a merry-go-round. He whacks it, it goes around, he whacks it. Because listen to it again. You hear it just goes in circles like that merry-go-round. So this is the kitten piece for me now. Yeah. Now I'm going to play a short waltz by Brahms, Johannes Brahms. And so what I'd say about this piece, it has the feeling to me of regret. It's very nostalgic, very whimsical, but it has this feeling of regret. And, oh, hey, how are you? Thanks to Emily very much for having me. I appreciate it. So, yeah, Brahms, of course, is one of the best composers. I just love his music. And what I'd say, well, he had this friendship with, I don't want to be like People magazine, okay, but he had this friendship with Clara Schumann, the wife of Robert Schumann. Robert Schumann died very young and was very sick. And, although Clara was much older than Johannes Brahms, they were writing letters to each other. And the reason I said I don't want to be like People magazine is because some people speculate if they were dating or not, but I believe this waltz maybe has something to do with his feelings for her. Just my guess. But anyway.
Robert,
Yeah.
I think you're an excellent pianist.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well,
She
really
said-
gets the best out of our piano, doesn't it?
She said she likes the way I play.
Oh,
It
you
makes
did?
me happy. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you're just excellent for saying that too. So here it is. very short, but it has so much in it. Now I'm going to play a couple pieces by Dvorak. Actually, before that, I'll tell you a story about Brahms. I forgot. That's what I was looking for. So before Brahms, I played Paganini, but arranged by Franz Liszt. So the young Brahms went to visit Liszt, and Liszt played for him his newly written B minor sonata, a very long piece. And the young Brahms fell asleep in it. And I'll tell you, Liszt was not happy about that. So, anyway, this is Dvorak, who was a Czech composer, and he was very influenced by Czech folk music, gypsy music. So this is called Songs My Mother Taught Me, and it's from the Gypsy Songs by Dvorak. It's originally for the voice, but I don't sing very well, so this is a piano arrangement of it. And it's a familiar melody. You've probably heard it somewhere before. You might know it. So here it is, Songs My Mother Taught Me by Dvorak. Play another Dvorak. This is familiar also. It's the humoresque in G flat. Humoresque means humorous, but it's also got a little melancholy in there as well. I think somebody wrote silly lyrics to this. Tom Lehrer. I don't remember them, but you know. here it is, the entire piece by Dvorak, the humorist. Oh, everything I play, I choose it because I just love it.
It sounds like that.
Well, thank you.
And I mean that in a nice way.
Thanks.
So the audience is growing.
The audience, yeah, I see more people. Welcome.
She was
So,
glad with you.
oh, good, yeah, wonderful. I'm gonna play something by a not very well-known composer whose name was Moritz Moszkowski. You ever heard of him? He was Polish, Polish-born, lived in Germany, and he was very popular 120 years ago. But he's less popular now. It's too bad because he's a wonderful composer, wonderful music. The style of his music, it's very salon. This is like a salon. Salons were the 19th century small venues, usually the homes of wealthy people, patrons, you know. And there's salon painting, there's salon music. It's it's a different mood from today, I'd say. So this piece is called Guitar, and it's of course it's imitating the sound of flamenco guitar. So from the beginning, it's very bright and colorful. It's about Spain, and in fact, the violinist Pablo de Sarasate, who was Spanish, he went to Mussorgsky and said, this piece, which is for piano, he said, you ought to rearrange it for violin, because I think it would work even better that way. And that's usually what people play it on, is violin, but I'm playing the piano version. So, Guitar by Lawrence Mussorgsky. It's a lot of fun. I love that piece. It's so bright and, you know, I forgot my watch. Does anyone have the time? Buddy? Sorry. Oh, right there. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Sometimes the answers.
3 minutes to 3.
Perfect. So sometimes the answers to things are right in front of you. You know, I mean, in front of me. So now I'm going to play a piece by Albéniz, who was from Spain, and this is called Malagueña, which means a woman from Malaga, and also based on flamenco guitar music, completely. There is, I have to say, there is a more famous Malagueña by Lecuona, who is Cuban, so maybe one day I'll learn that play, but this one's also a beautiful, beautiful piece, but it's less famous than the Lecuona Malagueña. So here it is, Albéniz Malagueña.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Robert.
Yeah, I love, that's also, it's a very colorful and sunny piece from Spain. Anyone been to Spain before? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, it's beautiful there, and the food is great. What not to like? So, now I'm gonna play a piece by Fritz Kreisler. It's called Liebeslied, which means love sorrows. It's for the violin originally, and it's arranged by Rachmaninoff, who did an earlier piece I played. I'll tell you about them. Kreisler was a thin man, not too tall. He had a mustache. You know, he was from Vienna, and he left when the Nazis came to power. He escaped anti-Semitism. He was Jewish. He left. He lived in New York, and yeah, Chrysler. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, but that was later, of course. Chrysler's. So now Chrysler hated to practice. I'll tell you that. He would sit in Central Park and just look at the trees and talk to people. He hated to practice. I don't think he needed to, but anyway. And I love what he said when he would go perform. He said, "I'm simply going to see my friends." I love that. That's how it should be. I told myself that walking in here. I'm just going to see friends. That's it. And I'll tell you about Rachmaninoff. Rachmaninoff was they were friends, but he was different from Chrysler. Rachmaninoff was Russian, ended up living in the US too. That's where they were friends. And 6.5 feet tall. He had a shaved head and he never smiled. And someone said he looked like an escaped convict. So they were doing a recital together in Carnegie Hall. You know, I'll tell you the story after. I'll play the piece first. I'll tell you about it, but I'll tell you after. Actually, I'll tell you another story first. My grandfather met Rachmaninoff, and he was an usher for a Rachmaninoff recital. And the boss told my grandfather, "Don't let anyone through this door." Well, 10 minutes later, someone tried to open the door, so my grandfather stood in the way, and there was a little tug of war. And then this person kicked open the door, and it was Rachmaninoff himself. And he spoke to my grandfather. You know what he said? You know what he said to him? He said, "Get out of my way." So I have a personal connection to Rachmaninoff. He told my grandfather. So here is the Fritz Kreisler Liebeslied, Love Sorrows, Kreisler Rachmaninoff arrangement. So. I'll play now one more classical piece. This is I've done this before here. This is the Etude on Forme de Valse by Saint-Saëns. It means study in the form of a waltz by Camille Saint-Saëns, French composer. It's a very funny piece, I think, because it has a lot of contrast. It'll go from being like this to suddenly being, and I think of Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd or Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner and all the situations they get themselves in. This would also work very well for the background to a silent film. It just would be perfect because I think it's a comic piece. Here it is. Oh, I'm jumping around here. I forgot to tell you the story about Rachmaninoff and Chrysler. I don't tell it before I play it because it scares me. Chrysler, I mentioned, didn't like to practice. So he was on the violin, Rachmaninoff at the piano. They were playing at Carnegie Hall. Chrysler got lost in the piece and messed up. So he walked over to Rachmaninoff, who was still playing, in the middle of the concert, and he whispers, "Where are we?" And Rachmaninoff, while playing with a straight face, he just says, "Carnegie Hall." Doesn't help. Didn't help. So here's a story about Saint-Saëns. When he was very little, he was 10 years old, he was a child prodigy. He gave a recital in Paris. And at the end, this little kid says, "Which of the 32 Beethoven sonatas would you like me to play? I have all of them memorized."
Oh my God.
What a brat to say, spoiled brat. But it's Saint-Saëns. He could get away with it because he was Saint-Saëns. So here is the Etude on Forme de Valse by Saint-Saëns. Sounds very French. Saint-Saëns. Just fits.
You like playing that?
That's, well, it's fun. I mean, it's flashy. It's like fireworks.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you,
Oh,
thank
you do a
you.
beautiful job with it, beautiful.
I appreciate it. Well, I'll play a little bit of Southern gospel, which I dabble in. This is an old gospel tune called "It Is No Secret" by Stuart Hamblin. So. I maybe will go over to the other area down the hallway and play a little more. Thank you very much for coming. It was.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She was singing with you.
Oh, nice. I wish I could sing too, but you have a good voice. I can tell from your speaking voice. It's good. Well, I'll be back in February, and I'll play some of the same stuff, maybe some new things. Working on some new things. Sometimes it's slow for me to learn new stuff. It's hard, but one of those things. But thank you. It's been really a
Thank you,
pleasure.
Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Hey, Robert, you're very gifted.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, do
I
you,
just practice a lot, that's all.
Students? Did you?
You know, I did. I have one student left, but I don't teach that much now. My main is focusing on playing, but yeah, I'm gonna go to the, down the hallway, so. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
See you in February, I'll be back. Few weeks.
thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.